Podcast City Network.
Listener discretion is advised.
You're listening to The Everett Lee Show. A shot of entertainment to the head. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the entertainment.
What's happening, everyone? Welcome to the Everett Lee Show podcast. I'm the Everett Lee. Quick shout out to everyone that follows me on Twitter. You can follow me at the Everett _Lee, Facebook.com/the Everett Lee. Click that thumbs up, and of course, right here on Podcast City Network, the official host of the Everett Lee Show podcast. Well, I took a break last week to catch up on some stuff, and pretty interesting week and weekend, which those close to me. You know what kind of weekend I had. Me and my wife celebrated our 7-year anniversary. I want to shout out to my lovely wife, Mrs. Lee. I love you. And we had a hell of a time this past week. So took a week off to relax and celebrate and just have a good time. But I'm back this week right here on twitch.tv/the Everett Lee. And on the program tonight, the champ is here. Ladies and gentlemen, back on the podcast tonight, Knockout Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, Johnny Zeke. How you doing there, champ?
I'm doing pretty good. Yourself?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. I'm going to have to get used to that now, calling you champ.
I'm okay with Johnny.
Johnny? Johnny. Yeah, I was checking out your social media today, man, and catching up on you there, because after taking a hiatus last week, and it looks like after winning the Knockout Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, you've been busy, man. You took a stroll through the mall. Tell me about that.
Yeah, ever since I defeated Salazar for the heavyweight title, it's just been a whole new world. Like, this man has held the belt for a year and a half, God knows how long, and finally I was able to beat him. I was set up for failure when he had Bill Crude as his special guest referee, which Bill Crude, for some reason, has something against me, which I don't know what, don't really care, but you know, when Salazar missed his discus forearm and knocked out Bill Crude, another referee came in, and that was it. His plan to beat me by cheating backfired. I ain't gonna lie, he did beat the bloody piss out of me.
Yeah, I was trying to look up some stuff there for Knockout Wrestling with your title match there, and the only thing I did see was the night after, the next day after the event, that there you are standing there with the heavyweight championship, man. How does it feel to hold that championship and finally have it right there? How did that moment feel when the bell rang after 3 and they announced you as the new champion?
I don't know. The first person I ran to was my mom. She was in the crowd.
Nice.
But it was, man, it's incredible. Like, you know, just to have the honor to carrying the most prestige championship in Knockout Wrestling, and now I have to go out there and watch my back because I'm the number one target in Knockout.
Yeah, you are. You have that bullseye on you now, man. You have that bullseye. Everyone's gunning for you, man. Everyone's lining up to take a shot at the champ. So I'm sure the line is long.
Yeah, and then I don't have anyone to back me up, which, you know, if I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down swinging.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't plan on going down anytime soon.
That's a good attitude to have there as being champion there. Tell me more about the event there with the 1 year. Was it the 1 year or 2 year anniversary show there for Knockout Wrestling there?
It was it was the 1-year anniversary show.
Okay. Yeah.
And the crowd was good. They were hot. They were into it. When they announced the main event, all you kept hearing was Zeke, Zeke, Zeke. And then when I came out, they were like on fire. When Salazar came out, they were like, boo, you cheat, you suck. But surprisingly, he decided to tell Controversial Inc. to stay in the back. He wanted to take me on one-on-one.
Wow.
And, but the event itself was great. I mean, Corvus retained his Armed Forces Championship against Senior C, which is Salazar's tag team partner. The only member of Controversial Inc. that actually had a successful victory was La Brava when she retained her Knockout Women's Championship. It was a fun night. I mean, for everyone, like, nobody knew if I was going to be there or not.
Right.
Because of the injury that I sustained back in August. But I showed up, came for a fight, and took home the most prestige title.
Congratulations, champ. Congratulations.
Hey.
Let's give you a round of applause for that right there. Let's give you a round of applause. There we go. I'm happy that you won the championship, and like before, you got a long line and a target bullseye on you right now. And has anyone stepped up to you and come out and step in front of that line and say, "Hey, I'm coming after you"?
No, not yet, but I do know Bill Crude is pissed. So I'm not going to be surprised if he decides to start sending his death squad on me, which, go ahead. I mean, there may be 5 of them, and all I need is a baseball bat or a kendo stick or something, or I'll just fight it with my fist. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Just what there was someone, I know it was referred back when CM Punk was in WWE. It's like he said to a certain group, I know I'm going down, but the question is, how many of y'all am I taking with me? Right,
exactly.
Kind of that deal. Like,
okay.
I know I'm going down if it's going to be 5-on-1, but how many of them am I taking with me?
Right, exactly. So you're ready to defend that championship, and I am looking forward to seeing everything that you do with that championship. I'm looking forward to it and seeing what you do and who steps up to the plate and who comes at you and who you take out and you move on to the next one and so forth. But congratulations. I'm happy and I'm excited that you're winning the championship. That dreams of going after it finally came true and it became a reality, and you have that title, and I'm ecstatic for you, man.
It's just crazy. Like, as a kid, all I ever dreamed about was, wanting to be a pro wrestler, but never knew where to go. And, everyone as a kid is like, oh, I want to be a champion. I want to be the heavyweight champion. I want to be a universal champion. And it doesn't matter what promotion it's at, but, like, once you win the prestigious championship of a company, it's definitely like an honor. It's definitely like you accomplished your dream, but you just don't stop from there. You just keep going. Like, I mean, this is just one of plenty of heavyweight championships out there. I just got to earn my way, like fight to the top,
Yes. Yeah,
this is just the beginning.
It's just the beginning. It definitely is just the beginning. And we got someone in the chat right now. Shout out to Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast. Well, hello, Everett Lee, and your guest, Johnny Zeke. Hello, Mr. Deathmatch Wrestle. You were on a show not that too long ago, were you?
Last week. I believe it was last week.
Nice. Honestly, David, don't hate me for this though, but I haven't, with everything going on, I didn't get around to it yet, but I am going to be listening to that. I'm going to be catching up on my podcast. I listen to a lot of podcasts, man, and last week taking a week off, I just got behind on things, but I'm trying to get myself caught up this week. Yes. Yes. Yep. So, but it's good that Mr. Deathmatch Russell is tuning in tonight. And speaking of appearing, you have a pretty busy weekend, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Very busy.
Yeah, you definitely
lack
do.
Of sleep. It's one of those lack of sleep busy weekends.
Yeah. No rest for the champ. No rest for the champ. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't say that when you become champion.
I wouldn't say no rest for the champ.
Mm-hmm.
It's just if you're hungry, you just go and get it, whether you're a champ or not.
I
you
like
just go
that.
out and get it.
I like that. That's good. That's a good point. That's a good point. That definitely is. It definitely is. You're hungry, and that's a great attitude to have. That definitely is a great attitude to have, being hungry. And you're going to be hungry this weekend with the events going on. You have an event coming up on, I'm going to pull it up right here, on October. Let's try to pull it up here. Not that. I have a few year announced flyers. There we go. That's the one. Let's start off on October 5th right there. New Era Wrestling presents Caged In 2. That's going to be on October 5th.
I made my debut in Jasper, Alabama 2 months ago. And I was in a triple threat match, which, I ended up not getting the result I wanted. But, at the end of the day, I'm coming back and I'm going to fix the wrongs. So I'm going against a man named... Oh, hold on. Let me look.
I have it right here. Let me pull it up right here.
Going against Ben Butchanon. I think I'm not sure if I said the name wrong. Well, I'll know if I said the name wrong or not when he slaps me in the face. So you said my name wrong. At least I got Ben right.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm calling you Johnny the Geek. Well, I've been called Zeke the Geek before.
I think I've been called a geek myself plenty of times in my lifetime there, but I got the flyer up right there. Yeah, it looks like you're wearing a shoulder. You're wearing like a
shoulder pads.
Yeah, shoulder pads.
I upgraded.
You upgraded. You upgraded. The champ is upgraded.
Yeah, I saw them. I'm like, I want them, and I got them.
I seen a promo. I was looking at your social media there, and there's a reason why behind that right there. Can you elaborate on that and explain why you get the shoulder pads in the flyer?
It makes training a little harder, putting a little extra weight on your shoulders. It's just a unique style for me, especially when I played football back in high school. I always wore shoulder pads, everything I did. So it's just when I'm running on a field or sprinting, it helps.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll tie like a little weight to it or something on the back and just let it dangle or drag it across the field.
I seen in the promo for this, you're going to be doing a coin toss. What's that about?
Oh, that's for IWA, Insane Wrestling Alliance. That's the October 26th show.
Okay, wrong one. Okay. I looked at so much stuff on social media and events going on with wrestling. It's just crazy. But Caged In 2, October 5th at the Swan Gymnasium over in Jasper, Alabama. Doors open up at 6:30, bell time at 7:30. Ringside seats only $12, general admission $10.
And you'll never know who shows up at NEW because the last time I was in Jasper, Alabama, back in August. No, was it August? Yes, it was August.
It was August.
The main event was the NEW openweight champion, Romeo Cabello, versus the guy you see from Impact. A
really?
man.
No way.
Rhino.
Oh, hell.
Man named Rhino.
That is awesome,
Yeah.
man.
Man Beast. Like, that was a great match. I enjoyed watching that. I was just like, yo, these two are kicking each other's ass. And if you guys haven't, check out the Mercenary Pitbull, Romeo Gavedo. That's a great guy to follow, too.
Yep. Romeo Cavedo. I've met him once. Great guy, man. Great guy. And he is so great in the ring. He's just great talent. I enjoyed his match that I got to see him wrestle in. And going to take a quick break and give a shout out to the sponsors of Podcast City Network.
The following support and sponsor Podcast City Network. City Limits Tap Room, sports bar in DeLand, Florida, has brew on tap, serve food, the grilled cheese is excellent. For upcoming events, check out City Limits Tap Room on Facebook.com/City Limits Tap Room. Morph Tee, a comfortable and lightweight 100% polyester t-shirt with illustrated morph characters that, when worn, will make the illustrations seem to come to life. For more of Tony Rodriguez's work, you can see his full line of apparel at teespring.com. Sports Sanity Customs have worked with organizations from custom embroidering polo shirts to jerseys for your kids' baseball team. They do it all. Armed with state-of-the-art equipment and an in-house design team, they are equipped to take on your next project. Visit their website to learn more, sportsanitycustoms.com. Visit Sports Sanity Customs on Facebook.com/SportsSanityCustoms. 3 Count Design offers a wide range of graphic design products, video, photography and other forms of media. Everything from t-shirt designs to websites. Visit Facebook.com/3CountDesign for more. Demo Blast Studios, an explosion of imagination. Original artwork, podcasts, video, apparel and more. Visit DemoBlastStudios.com. Visit Demoblast Studios on Facebook.com/Demoblast Studios, the best family entertainment pro wrestling show in the state of Kentucky. Kentucky's Own Wrestling brings quality family vintage wrestling to a town near you. Kentucky's Own Wrestling offers a ladies division in wrestling and a training school. Kentucky's Own Wrestling is the current longest running Southern promotion. Visit Facebook.com/Somerset Kentucky's Own Wrestling. All supporters and sponsors are brought to you by Podcast City Network.
You're listening to The Everett Lee Show.
Speaking of events going on, October 5th, then Sunday, October 6th, Knockout Wrestling presents Havoc, a 6 big matches with a woman's battle royal, and all the proceeds will be going to the West Volusia Cancer Aid at wvcanceraid.com. And it looks like you did a pre-sale tickets on the August 25th. Sure, they sold out already, but there's probably still some tickets left, so be sure to go and attend that right there. With the adults $12, online $15, door, and 12 and under $5, and online $7 door. Kids 5 and under are free, and that's at the center at the Deltona, of 1640.
I think that's close to you.
Yeah, that is close to me, man. That's just probably like 30 minutes. I may have to take a ride
Maybe
out
you should
there.
come check it out.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be taking a ride out there. That's not far from me, actually. Just looking at that right there. Door opens at 5:30, bell time's at 6 p.m. So it looks like I may be taking a trip to see Knockout Wrestling this Sunday. So that's going to be good. And what does the champ have for October 6th?
Well, I'm in a triple threat match. Not sure if it's for the heavyweight title or not, because knowing Bill Crude, he's full of surprises. But I do know I am going against Salazar once again in a triple threat match. But this time, they're adding the Cure Vertigo to the match, which, if you guys watched NXT today, Vertigo had a spot at NXT with D3.
Nice. Nice. I'm gonna
Yeah,
have
I
to.
just saw it on. I just saw the news on Facebook. I was like, oh wow, Vertigo just wrestled on NXT tonight. So this match is gonna be definitely interesting. Me, Salazar, and Vertigo.
Nice. Gonna have to check that out there. Triple threat match, man. Yeah, and it's not far from me. I'm there, man. I am there. I am definitely there. You definitely got me sold right there. I get to see the champ in action. And then, last but not least, we have, if I can pull it up here, not that. There we go. Right there. Knockout Wrestling presents Scares Cancer on Saturday, October 19th. It's a free show via entertainment, cancer benefits, trick or treat for kids, costume contest, and battle royal. Wrestling starts at 5 p.m. Can you tell me about that?
Well, that I have no idea what's going on. I will be there, and I will be holding an open challenge for the heavyweight championship that night.
Oh, no way.
I do know that for a fact because Bill Crew's not going to tell me who I'm going to be wrestling. So I'm just going to go out there and be like, you know what? I'm holding an open challenge for the Knockout Heavyweight Championship. So it could be anybody on the roster, anybody off the roster. I don't care who it is. I'm always up for a fight, especially for the championship.
That's nice. That's nice. And especially for benefit for cancer, because cancer sucks. And I seen the promos on the Knockout Wrestling Facebook page, and that's great thing that Knockout Wrestling is doing, and what you're doing right there, and just kicking cancer's ass. I love it, man. You're gonna knock it out.
That's the plan.
I love it. I love it. You have a lot of good things going on, and yeah, especially this weekend with you being busy, and just like we said, no rest. You're always hungry, and you definitely are hungry for this month, man. And I'm just can't express how happy I am that you won the championship, and you're the champion. You're the champion, man. You're on top of the mountain, man. You're on top of the mountain. And it's going to be interesting again to see who comes and tries to take you off that. But speaking of doing events and interacting with fans, like last time I had you on, we had a lot of fans interaction coming in and checking out Johnny Zeke. And we're going to continue that tonight with the phone lines. We're going to open up the phone lines here. So I got the champ on the line. Anyone who wants to give a call to the champ, give a call right there at 386-206-1595 and speak with Knockout Wrestling heavyweight champion Johnny Zeke. And he will answer your calls and answer your questions here on the podcast. Speaking of wrestling, this has been a busy
50 cent question.
50 cent question?
50 cents a question. No, I'm just kidding.
50 cents a question. It's like those old 1-800 AT&T calls, man. I remember those commercials they used to play during the Monday Night Wars when I'd watch, go back and forth, watch WWE and WCW. And right now we're in the middle of a Wednesday Night War. NXT and AEW is on right now, and I watched that first hour, man, and damn, pretty damn good. I'm impressed so far with AEW. Pretty impressed there for that first hour. I think that was a good strong hour. They were trending at 8 o'clock there, top of the hour, #1 on Twitter, which I think is great. And then I flipped back over to USA, was watching a little bit of Adam Cole and Matt Riddle, and then flipped it back over to AEW, and I flipped it back to NXT, and I was like, damn, I feel like I'm in the Attitude Era again, growing up there, watching Monday Night Raw and WCW Nitro, going back and forth. But it's great. It is. And this week's a busy week for wrestling. You got that going on. You had Monday Night Raw, and then you got AEW and NXT tonight, and then Friday, you got SmackDown debuting on Fox Sports 1, man, and that's going to be a big show. I don't know if you've seen like stuff on social media and stuff about who's showing up for that right there.
Yeah, the only thing I saw on social media was Brock Lesnar challenging for the WWE Championship. That's just about the only thing. I'm typically just busy with what I'm doing and my training, and it's just one of those things. Like, I have to focus on my future because one day I want to be where these guys are.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal.
Yes, it is. It's a goal for everybody. It is. Steve Austin said it best, where if you're not in this business to be the champion, then why you in this business? And I don't know if you ever heard him say that before.
No, I actually haven't. That must have been said a while ago.
Yeah. I think he mentioned it back when he was first starting out there. He was talking about being the champion or climbing that mountain like you did there, and just that was his goal: be champion, be the man, be like Ric Flair, be the man. And speaking of Ric Flair,
the man that. Oh, go ahead.
I was surprised to see him show up on Monday night, this past Monday Night Raw, man. The Nature Boy.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Team Flair and Team Hogan. That's gonna be good.
Yeah, it is. But I'm wondering now what's gonna be left for Survivor Series.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I was surprised and forgot about that Saudi pay-per-view that they're doing, and I think it's neat that they're flying out overseas and doing shows out in other countries. I know SummerSlam, I think it was 90 or 91, SummerSlam was when, or I think it was 1990 SummerSlam, they were in England for that, and the main event was Bret Hart against Davey Boy Smith for the Intercontinental Championship. Fantastic match. I don't know if you ever caught that there.
Was that 1990?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 1990 SummerSlam. Bret Hart and the British Bulldog. They had a good story built up to it, and it was about Bret Hart's sister, Marion, or at the time dating the British Bulldog, and Bret didn't like it, and it led into this really good story. And right there at Wimbledon, I can't even say the name though, but the famous stadium there. They sold it out. It was almost big as a WrestleMania, and just that main event was just fantastic. And
I wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, I forget sometimes some of the guests I have and people I talk to. I talk about it's like, yeah, did you see that, man, when it happened growing up? And it's like, no, but you can always catch it on the WWE Network. You can always catch it there, going back and watching that, which I think is great. But yeah, Flair, I'm surprised to see him still out and about, walking around. He looks good. And he's moving around good too, man. I mean, I knew he scared everyone there a while back ago with his health and with the stuff going on.
Oh yeah, the wrestling definitely takes a lot, and then the older you get and the more, matches you have, the more damage you do to your body, and also our bodies get sick through time.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of wrestling, throw wrestling aside, we're all born to die,
Yeah.
We just don't know. Our bodies are all different. I don't know. I don't know when my body's gonna decide to say, "Hey, Johnny, we're gonna kind of slow down a bit."
Yeah.
That's why I enjoy everything I have now, because tomorrow I might not have it again.
Right. And that's That makes sense. It definitely makes sense. I believe Edge said it best because his career was cut short because of his neck, and I think it was him that did say it best at one point in his life. There, he said when he had to announce that he had to retire, he said, "You don't decide when to quit. Your body tells you it's time to quit." And I always say to myself, if Edge at that time, at that run he had, if he didn't get injured, just imagine how many more years he could have went, and look at the feuds he could have had, especially like with the talent that's there now. Can you imagine AJ Styles versus Edge? A match like that? That does sound pretty good, don't it?
Yeah, it does. Like, I think he was, if I'm not mistaken, I read something that he was cleared, but I don't think he wants to go back right now. Like, I can't really say how one feels about that. I mean, if it was me,
mm-hmm.
and doctor said, "Hey, you're cleared to do this," I would be happy, but at the same time, I'd be like, I just got cleared. Maybe I should just live a normal life.
Yeah.
And just kind of stay in the background. Still be a part of it, but be in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And just let other people go out there, because I just got my body back to a healthy state.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, same thing with Steve Austin. Look at Steve Austin. He's said he's in the best shape of his life right now. He's in the best shape of his life. He can. Could he do one more match? Yeah, though, but he wouldn't want to do anything along the way to injure himself and not be able to do that match. And I guess mentally, yeah, he can do it. Physically, yeah, but mentally too, yeah. But it's just he's good. He's good where he's at. And Shawn Michaels, remember when Shawn Michaels had that, he was out because of the back injury, and then he was gone, I forget for how long, and then he made a comeback. I think it was like a few years later, because he took time off, his body healed, and he got back in there, and he had, I believe, some of the best matches that I've seen out of the HBK in a long time, man. I mean, he went on, feuded with Triple H, which I thought was great, good feud. Him feuding with Rob Van Dam, Chris Benoit, and then Chris Jericho, just some great ones. But yeah, it's just, yeah, you never know when it's time, because when it's time, it's time. It's like no more. Can't do it. I totally agree with you there. You're just gonna do it as long as you can do it until you can't do it no more, and that's just the way it is. I mean, I don't know what else to elaborate on that right there, but I mean, it's been great having you come back on tonight and discussing, winning that title there, the title match. And is there anything going on after October into the for the end of the year and into 2020? You haven't, what's going to be going on for you?
I got a few things coming up, but right now it's still in the works. I haven't gotten a full guarantee of what's going on, but I do know November 16th is the next Knockout Wrestling show and the next Pride of Wrestling show, and I'll be attending both.
Okay. November 16th.
That's the only information. I'm sorry?
November 16th?
Yes.
Okay. And that's the only thing that you can mention as of right now.
That's the only date I have committed to as of right now, yes. And if anything else comes up, hey, I have a big mouth. I post it on social media.
I've checked out the promos and the videos and stuff, and it's fantastic. And you're great, Johnny, and you're the champ, and the champ has spoken. But speaking of social media, where can people find you on social media at?
You can find me on Facebook. Just type in Johnny Zeke. And Instagram at Big Game Zeke. And also Twitter. I'm starting to learn Twitter a little bit. But also on Twitter, you can find me at, what is my user? Oh, yeah, it's also at Big Game Zeke on Twitter.
Nice. Yeah, I was surprised at the see up on Twitter there when I was going through Twitter and checking out finding information on you and stuff, and I was like, wow, he has a Twitter, and not many people do use Twitter. They usually stick to one or the other on social media, like especially like people that just do Facebook and that's it, or Twitter, and then people just Instagram, or they use 2 of the 3 or 3 of the 3. But that's great that you got a Twitter up, and I like your Twitter handle there. That's a good one. That is really good. I do like that. And speaking of social media, I want to mention that Podcast City Network, your top source for independent podcasting. You can check out the Everett Lee Show, Final Score, Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast, Wrestle Popcast, the Squared Circle City Show, Mark the Shark MMA Show, and Super Radio Brothers and the Imaginarium with Scott and Todd, all on podcastcity.net. You can follow them on Facebook, Podcast City Network. Give a thumbs up and a follow. And on Twitter, at Podcast City Net. Subscribe to Podcast City Network on YouTube for video podcasts and audio podcasts. Hey, now I'm
following Podcast City.
What's that?
I just went on Twitter and started following Podcast City Network. There we go.
All right. Awesome.
I'm still learning this Twitter. I'm just like, what's going on with Twitter?
Yeah, it can be a little bit difficult sometimes. I mean, doing the hashtagging and getting the right Twitter handles, because if you don't get the right Twitter handle, what can happen is you can actually accidentally put someone in a tweet that you don't mean to, and then depending on who that person is, then you may hear them say something, or they'll just delete the tweet or whatever. But yeah, it's something to learn. It definitely is. It definitely is something to learn. And speaking of,
that's my next college course: learning how to use Twitter one-on-one.
I'll tell you one thing I'm still learning a lot on day by day is still to use that they have features I didn't know they had, is right here on Twitch with the Podcast City Network's Twitch over on twitch.tv/Podcast City Network, and right here on the Everett Lee Show, twitch.tv/The Everett Lee. And speaking of Everett Lee,
gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
For more of the Everett Lee Show on social media, follow and like the Everett Lee Show on Facebook, the Everett Lee Show, Twitter @the Everett_Lee, Instagram Everett Lee Show. Audio versions of this podcast and previously released podcast can be found on everettleeshow.podbean.com. Stitcher Radio, The Everett Lee Show, give a rating and comment. Apple Podcast, The Everett Lee Show, give a rating and comment. YouTube, The Everett Lee Show, subscribe to the channel. The Everett Lee Show, your shot of entertainment to the head.
Want to thank you for calling in tonight and coming on.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. And I want to mention to everyone, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for listening to the Everett Lee Show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And that is pretty much it. Signing off, Everett Lee signing off. Have a good night, and we'll see you again next week for another episode of the Everett Lee Show. Peace.